NEXSickness spawning at the top right position. Sickness is going to be the blue Protoss player today. They both say GG before the game even really gets underway. Both players showing a lot of sportsmanship. NEXSickness opponent is going to be Next.Level. Not part of the Next clan, that's two separate words like Next.Level. Just to clarify, he's going to be the red Zerg player at the bottom left position. So, haven't heard as much about this player Next.Level. Our Protoss player seems to be very reputable. I mean, he's on a very reputable clan, of course, the NEX clan. A very well-known Korean pro gamer team. Recently merged with Zenix, or with Zenith rather. Anyway, a very early scout from Sickness. We're going to see what he has planned. It's at the 12 food mark now. No spawning pool just yet, but it looks like that's what he's going to be getting as soon as he hits 200 minerals. Next.Level here putting down a 13 pool just behind his mineral line. And NEXSickness hasn't scouted it necessarily, but he knows there's no expansion, so I'm sure that he is anticipating this. And actually a forge going down as well. So this is actually quite, well, I mean, this kind of opening is becoming more and more common. We are going to actually see some cheese. Uh-oh. NEXSickness here, trying to play a little mind game, some trickery, some cheese. But you know what? I really like this Overlord placement. Able to spot that cheese wall off right away. So I'm expecting Protoss players to be using this strategy quite a bit while it's still available, because it's important to note in the new patch that's coming, you actually can't do this anymore. It's going to take 3 pylons to wall off this ramp. So yeah, this kind of build from NEXSickness is going extinct. This is a very good reaction to it though. Next.Level putting a spine crawler down on the high ground, still not mining any gas, getting a queen out, getting 4 lings out, and this probe now is not, you know, he's obviously not in the main base of Next.Level, so Sickness here isn't really going to have anything to scout the high ground with. Cancels some of the pylons and cannon. There you go, that's how he does it. That's the trick there. Wow, he has just canceled so many buildings. I think NEXSickness has canceled like 5 buildings at this stage of the game. But he's going to use this trick in a moment. Oh man, this cannon's not even powered. This is like the most epic fail cheese cannon rush I've ever seen. This cannon is unpowered because it's just taken him so long to get cannons out, and or to get these pylons to power it. Yeah, this is just a fail. So we're gonna actually see if Sickness can battle back here. We can see he completes the wall off at the top of his ramp. Yeah, so expect the Zerg to really respond here in a timely manner. Is he gonna try to continue this? Just continuing to contain the Zerg player. You know, not a bad bet, but certainly, holy shit, I mean, way behind. 1,200 resources lost compared to 25 of our Zerg players. So Protoss NEXSickness really in a deficit at this point. Roach Warren on the way. 3 drones mining gas. 2 pylons two cannons gonna be there at the bottom of the ramp of our Zerg player. Cybernetics Core just got put down a moment ago, really late, you know, 5 minutes and 30 seconds into this match. NEXSickness mining off of 2 gas at this point, continuing to produce probes. We're gonna see how this sort of follow-up cheese maneuver works out for Sickness. Auxiliary hatchery on the way as well. Gonna need that extra larva as the saturation at the main base of Next.Level is really starting to kick in. On the resource tab, we see supply count actually really close. Our Protoss player was leading for just a second there, and now that the wall off is broken, I'm wondering how long it's going to be until Next.Level chooses to move out. He's going to have to get some roaches at least. I mean, he's only got 5 lings right now. How much scouting has he even done? Not very much. Not that scouting is super vital for the Zerg player at this early stage of the game, given what NEXSickness has been attempting thus far in the match, but still undoubtedly containing his Zerg opponent, keeping the Zerg on 1 base, and actually the longer that NEXSickness maintains this kind of containment, he's going to, you know, shape up a little bit better. Going to have 3 gateways soon enough. No warp gate research, just about halfway done. Getting some roach upgrades as well. Again, I'm really interested to see the timing that the Zerg player is going to choose. Next level here could just wait for the glial reconstitution to arrive for his roaches, close the gap on those cannons, and then take out the cannons first. Of course, you know, some people try some fancy stuff like taking out the pylons, but 2 pylons, 400 hit points, not really worth it. Yeah, so probably going to move out soon enough, try to bust that containment down. Gonna keep an eye on the minimap for that one. 5 gateways now. This is actually a really crazy build here from our Protoss player. Gonna be warping in units off of 5 gates, and I guess that's simply because he wants to like really quickly fortify this containment. And very interesting play. I mean, he's got 1 force field down. He's gonna put another force field down very quickly, I'm sure. Let's look at the vision of our Protoss player. Maybe gonna try to see exact there. Force field. There you go. Very nice. Nice force field. And oh, the warp gates just arriving. Is there gonna be time to get? Oh, he's got another sentry. Oh man, this is very tricky from NEXSickness here. He's got enough sentries, and this one still has enough energy for another force field. Force field. There you go. Oh, this is so sneaky. Really fortifying his containment here. Even getting a robotics facility as well. So we're going to see how he wants to follow this up. NEXSickness, this failed pylon block, failed cannon rush is now turning into a really nice cannon containment. 4 zealots, 4 stalkers, 5 sentries, 6 sentries make it, and lots of energy for force fields. Just keeping an eye on the composition for the Zerg player, just pure roaches at this point. And this is just such a frustrating position for Next.Level to be in, not able to get his units out. I mean, he knows that the ramp is just going to get force field all day long by an Nidus network. There we go. That's one way to do it. So we're going to see if he can Nidus out of this. That's actually a pretty tricky response. You know, as soon as that lair tech arrives, put down the Nidus. He's got overlords, overseers even, to scout a Nidus worm. These probes and an observer just sort of wandering out, continuing to spread creep. At least he's getting good vision. You know, continuing to spread creep from the high ground. He's going to try to push out again, but those cannons and these sentries really going to deny it. And as soon as this Nidus worm arrives, we're going to see where he's going to place it. It's probably going to be over here. Maybe. Nidus worm. There it is. Very nice. Very nice. So, this is a pretty sturdy wall, and at the same time, though, like, you know, 800 hit points there, 1,000 hit points there. It's going to take the roaches quite a while to actually bust that, and we're going to certainly expect that as soon as these Zerg units, you know, evacuate, and there we go, they're all going to end up at the front door of the Protoss player. NEXSickness, I'm assuming is going to try to push in. He's just going to know how far out of position Next.Level is. So yeah, very close on the army tab. 6 food differential favoring the Zerg player. Keeping an eye on the high ground. He knows about the Nidus worm, so he knows it's coming. And force field time again. Oh my god, this is just force field abuse that NEXSickness is using. How much energy do these guys even have? Enough for 1 additional force field. Are they gonna fall back? This is very interesting now. We've got what, 24 plus 1 roach heading back. So I mean, force fields are not going to be able to hold this position any longer. They're going to try to get a nice sandwich, and I would actually expect that Sickness probably has a good idea that this is actually coming. So this is actually the turning point here. Continue to force field the ramp. Now, that's what you got to do. You got to force field the ramp and then engage this roach army. Just so that there are no reinforcing units that can come from the high ground. And Sickness sort of getting sandwiched here. A pretty tricky position to be in. What's going to happen? We're just going to have to wait here. These roaches kind of staring down the Stalkers and Zealots. You may want to reposition the Zealots in front. You definitely want to get those in front. A little nice force fields. this is just continued force field abuse, and gonna be dropping off a couple Immortals just for good measure. Immortals, very scary counter to Roaches, of course, just devastating to any armored units. And this is such a tricky position. Oh my god. And lift off and drop off Micro, getting some shots in where he can, just abusing the ground attack from those Roaches. And here we go, they're trying to bust out. Zerglings leading the way, no force fields to block the ramp. And are these Roaches going to be able to bust this fortified position? Getting a nice little sandwich in though, and I'm not sure is NEXSickness going to be able to hold this. Force field's not being useful anymore. The Immortals coming from behind though, lift off and drop off Micro for sure, getting as many shots off as he can, and it looks like NEXSickness is going to hold this off. A very scary Roach, you know, sandwich, getting a solid surround. Coming in with a flank and then down from the main of Next.Level, and this is such a brutal containment that is continuing to hold Next.Level onto one base. At Next.Level doing nothing but producing Roaches. The mineral, the macro is actually slipping a little bit for our Protoss players, up at about 900 minerals now, so he can definitely be warping in more units than he does. Still off of 5 warp gate, 4 stalkers, and another sentry. Using the more liftoff and drop off Micro, going to be able to spot the high ground with 0 anti-air here, and continued. I mean, pressure. That force field was a little delayed. The Spine Crawler's getting some shots in from the high ground. Continuing to lift off any injured units, going to be preserving as much DPS as NEXSickness can. You know, try not to lose any units at all. Oh my god, this is so fancy. Get out of here, NEXSickness. Just a drop off, trying to get one shot off and then a lift off. This is absurd. Oh god, this is pretty crazy micro control from NEXSickness. What a crazy game. Is NEXSickness going to be looking to move in for the kill, as he is securing a second base and two base Protoss versus 1 base Zerg. Never a good position for Next.Level here. Still looking to drop off. I'm trying to see how many kills these frickin' Immortals have, but it's hard. 16 kills and 9 kills on those Immortals, thanks to the fancy micro with the War Prisms and well won calls Next.Level. That is one of the most entertaining matches I've seen in